Microsoft's exclusive first-person horror-adventure game Scorn hasn't yet been released, despite taking us back to a warped world of flesh and machinery in 2014, but we won't have to wait much longer. Scorn, a video game created and released by the Serbian studio Ebb Software, seeks to immerse players in a nightmare world filled with unsettling yet interesting animals and settings from the imaginations of Swiss artist H.R. Giger, the creator of Ridley Scott's Alien. That gives you a good idea of how spooky the game will be. The game has not yet been released despite having been publicly announced in 2014 and including pre-alpha footage. This is because of financing issues and delays. Scorn's release date was originally scheduled for the fall of 2021 but was later moved to October 21. Ljubomir Pikler, CEO of Ebb Software, first broke the word that the game is now 75% finished and will formally debut in October of this year. At the Xbox and Bethesda presentation, the whole release date was revealed. The debut date for Scorn has now advanced, which is fantastic news. "You've waited long enough," said Ebb Software in a video, and the company said it will be available a week sooner than expected. On October 14, 2022, Scorn will debut.
Xbox Game Pass subscribers will be able to play Scorn on Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, and PC as soon as it becomes available.
Scorn is receiving the same treatment as Xbox, which has been releasing highly anticipated games like Halo Infinite and Back 4 Blood via its subscription service without charging extra. Although we have not yet received an official price, Scorn is probably going to cost $60. Scorn won't be coming to PS5 or Nintendo anytime soon, if at all, since Ebb Software collaborated with Microsoft to deliver the eerie horror adventure only on Xbox platforms. Additionally, it will be accessible on GOG, the Epic Games Store, and Steam. Before opting to work with Microsoft, the developers made sure they would have no influence over the game's concept or development process, according to a statement made in their Kickstarter campaign. In that aspect, they were more than accommodating. They had exclusivity rights as their primary concern. Once everything was agreed upon, choosing to work with Scorn was a no-brainer when you consider all the advantages this collaboration will provide, from more resources to significantly more exposure. Little is known about the main plot of Scorn, aside from the real, breathing world our unnamed protagonist is forced into. What is certain is that our protagonist must travel across various related, and unsettling, locales in a non-linear manner while stranded in a surreal universe. Scorn appears to be more lore-driven from what we can discern, with the game's only objective being for players to try to wake up from the nightmare. The locations players visit in the open-ended world will each have their own theme and story, with puzzles and characters who play a significant role in the overall world. For the time being, this is only conjecture, but the developers have stated that this is the case. We also know that the sections of Scorn will be laid out like a maze, with many rooms and pathways to explore. The tale will unfold as described in the following statement by Ebb Software. There are no cutscenes to take your attention away from the gory reality of the living, breathing world you're in. However, keep your eyes open. If you miss something crucial on your unpleasant journeys, the game won't feel sorry for you. Every action serves a purpose, you simply have to figure out what it is. We also know that riddles are essential to the plot, thanks to a developer update from March, and even the maze-like structures that make up the player's unsettling surroundings have their own stories to tell. Additionally, the creators noted that while the ambience alone may make it appear to be a walking simulator, the monsters and riddles that players will encounter make it much more than that. Scorn may have been overlooked as just another first-person horror game in Steam's large library of scary games. However, the game transitioned from a horror experience to a survival horror one as soon as Ebb Software displayed its perverted take on symbiotic weapons. Players will journey through a number of maze-like settings filled with unsettling puzzles to solve and horrifying foes to fend off. We already know of 2 weapons that players can use to shoot off and be repulsed by in Scorn: a 6-shot pistol and a 3-barrel rifle that fires off biological spikes. The majority of the plot will be told through the surroundings rather than speaking, as the trailer for Scorn makes clear. Additionally, despite the fact that Scorn has guns, it is not a shooter. The gameplay will also heavily feature ammo management, inventory management, and puzzles. Due to the limited resources available, players will have to choose between hiding and battling one of the several animals. By combining puzzles and fighting, Scorn may draw inspiration from previous survival horror classics like Dead Space and Resident Evil. With the handgun reloading phase in the gameplay clip, combat appears slower than in these games. In addition to acquiring new skill sets, weapons, and other equipment that may boost certain attributes, players will also experience increased combat tension as a result of this. We got a brief look at 2 gameplay elements in the developer update from March: the puzzles and the equipment needed to access other places. As amazing and horrifying as you might anticipate. In keeping with the update's assertion that Scorn has a very distinct style weaved into every aspect of the game, puzzles need to be a continuation of that experience, while still exposing the player to the same environment and risks. keeping them involved in the world. Scorn is preparing to be the most bizarre game to debut in 2022, fusing flesh and technology in a way that can only be accomplished by artists H.R. Giger and Zdzisław Beksiński. Anyone who liked games like System Shock 2 or The Setting of Agony would be interested in this biomechanical universe that gaming is yet to explore. Scorn looks to be a unique horror experience worth your time, with a nightmare world to explore in a non-linear manner, misshapen creatures creeping out of cracks, and an assortment of organic weapons that are both disgusting and fascinating, especially since it will be available on Xbox Game Pass as soon as it launches. What do you think? Are you excited? Let me know in the comments section down below. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Thank you for watching.